Hi, my name is Sofia Mansour. I will going to talk about from TED Talk video with topic the mysterious microbes that live in the depth of the earth and how they could help humanity. Dr. Karen Lloyd is an assistant professor in the Department of Microbiology at the University of Tennessee, USA. A marine microbiologist, Lloyd's research focuses in transformation of organic matter and C1 compounds in the deep marine surface. She used single-cell genomics to determine carbon and energy source for the vast uncharacterized majority of marine microorganisms in hydrothermal vents. Coal methane seeps, deep oceanic sediment, and coastal estuaries and bays. Lloyd that has participated in 6 oceanographic cruises and served as a scientific leader for 6 coastal field expeditions. Honor as a 2015 Alfred P. Sloan Research Fellow in Ocean Science. Lloyd is actively involved in the COOS file investigation, biology myths subduction, helping to lead many early career scientists is a multidisciplinary sampling expedition. Before any complex life forms inhabited the planet, the microbes were already heard as other species emerged. These early inhabitants colonized them and established symbiotic relationships with them. Microbes in human body is be harmful. It has been calculated that a human has about 37 trillion of corporeal cells, and for each of them there are about 1.3 bacteria, that is about 48 trillion. This does not count to the number of viruses in the body. There are several thousand million fungi and millions of mites. All happy and happy, said Edgardo Moreno, microbiologist specialist in immunology, cellular microbiology and infection disease and member of National Academy of Science. We don't have all the necessary enzymes to digest vegetables, so we need the help of the microbes that live in our digestive system to process them. In our body, there are the 10 times more cells of microbes than human cells of our own. The human genome has between 20,000 and 25,000 genes, but the microbiome with which we carry reaches about 8 million genes, hundreds of times more. Scientists agree that urban life, nutrition, the use of antibiotics, and even unnecessary cesareans seem to have contributed to an impoverishment of the microbial community in our bodies, and that this is linked to certain ailments such as celiac, celiac disease and asthma or obesity. But it is still not clear what is cause and what is consequence. Microbes fundamental to human life. Without a microbiome, you cannot survive. But science, it is very diverse. It is not known with certainty which microorganisms are the essential ones. Many of the so-called firmicutes that inhabit the body are necessary, but as a whole. Newborn infants who don't have lactobacillus in and bifidobacterium in their intestinal tract will have great problems to survive since they will not be able to digest the milk. And for last is Staphylococcus epidermis is an essential bacterium to protect the skin. Without it, without it, you will have infection that could be deadly. Now, microbe in the water, in seawater, in lagoons, rivers, and in general in all bodies of water, there are millions of organisms that inhabit them in a normal way. However, some species such as bacteria, virus, protozoa, and earthworm become harmful to health, such as those that contain untreated sewage. In the case of discouraging sewage directly to the sea or other body of water, this can be significantly contaminated, and if precautions are not taken, waters may be at risk. Curious fact: microbes that consume and defecate electricity. They do not bother to consume food or oxygen. All they need to survive is pure electric power. Many times they live on muddy seabeds or along river banks, and biologists can persuade them to leave their hiding place by pouring an electrode in the sediment. The bacteria closest to the electrode will even develop biological equivalent to electricity cables outside their body so that other microbes can connect to the source. It is indeed a living electrical network of which, in addition, we call a benefit. Among other things, it may provide an effective way to treat toxic waste. Bacteria and fungi in the soil provide fertility and act as CO2 sinks. Soil microbes, such as bacteria and fungi, provide some of the most important services provided by terrestrial ecosystems. Soil fertility, or its ability to produce food and act as sink for the CO2 we emit into the atmosphere with burning of fossil fuels. The relationship between environmental variables such as precipitation, temperature, and microbial diversity varies depending on the type of ecosystem considered. In all cases, In our case, a positive relationship was found between microbial diversity and the provision of ecosystem functions and services. The microbes are only dormant, many people say, but you have to think that everything had its cycle. For example, there are plants that go into a dormant state, and it does not mean that they are not doing something. Their life cycle can be short or long. Dr. Karen began her study in chemiolithoautotrophy. Chemio is chemical little rocks autotrophy to make food. These microbes are those able of using reduced inorganic compounds as substrate to obtain energy and use in the respiratory metabolism. Your weight is minerals. In this topic, the line of difference between biology and ecology becomes blurred. Microbes are responsible all for all the carbon dioxide from the tectonic plates only coming out of the volcanoes. This dub was born when visiting volcano in Costa Rica, which had its eruption 54 days after it visited it, but they were sure that it would not happen in the day they visit it because Costa Rica carefully monitored its volcanoes through the OVSICORI Institute, and scientists from the institute combined them at that time. I spent two sorry she spent 2 weeks touring Costa Rica, taking samples of all the hot springs they found, and then spent 2 years doing analysis. Obtaining the results can be very slow, but very interesting. She said it was worth it. They discovered that tons of carbon dioxide came out of the deeply buried tectonic plate. They also found out that it was maintained and prevent it from being released into the atmosphere where the microbes. In conclusion, few people are dedicated to this type of study. However, those who are discovering great findings that will be beneficial for humanity.